Sexy
You did
Nick.
it,
Sexy Nick. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Welcome to Ones and Twenties. I am your dungeon master, Omid Rob. I forgot to say that this is a show where we roll a lot of 20s and a lot more ones, and we're doing that again instead of just rolling ones. Boom! We're back, baby. All right, go fuck yourself. All right.
Identity confirmed.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So that you're not boring.
So let us go around the virtual mahogany table.
Again,
David.
Be able to don't forget you could buy the NFT of the mahogany table soon. I'm David.
No, you can't because
cannot.
it's bad for the environment. Fuck NFTs.
I also play 3 characters.
My name's Mitch. Cryptocurrency is a scam and also bad for the environment. Bury your gold. I play 3 characters.
I'm Faith. Maybe not that last part. But the first 2 hard agree.
That was a reference, and whoever gets it, you win some points.
I play 3 characters, one of which is now not only sexy, but also animals.
Sexy animals.
Sexy animals.
I'm Susanna. And I'm going through it.
Yeah, if you've ever seen...
Particularly because of Faith and the sexy animals.
If you've ever seen a straight cartoonist draw a female animal, just picture like the reverse of that, but male. It's like that. It's Nala's doomy eyes in The Lion King.
Hey, Jesus Christ. I just heard what you said. Okay.
She has doomy eyes in the Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Like the lions be fucking tonight.
I will say, I was going to say, you can say fuck me eyes, Faith. We decided that we are swearing on this.
No, but I don't know. Doomy eyes just seems... That's the phrase I know it as.
I heard doomy at first, and then I heard, oh, do me eyes.
Also known as bedroom eyes.
Yeah. Take me now.
Take me now, eyes. All right, anyway.
Take my eyes.
What? No,
Take
Susanna,
them, please.
Susanna,
They've
very
been
different.
scarred.
Very different. So
take them out of my skull and eat them.
Never misinterpret that, everyone at home, please. You're gonna make your partner very sad and lacking eyes, which is not cool. It's not cool. Just let them have their eyes.
Are they take me eyes or take me out eyes?
There you go.
Mine are take me out.
Take me out. Just break my neck, please.
Just take me out. Right.
Just
take me out.
To be on the safe side, just have "Take Me On" by Aha eyes.
It's called Take On.
Can we be done with this bit? Can we be done?
No, this is the whole show now.
No,
we're gonna do this for an hour.
That's what we're doing. Anyway. Yeah. All right, so last time on Ones and Twenties, the gang fought a giant bug monster called an Oghag. They don't know what the fuck that is, so don't even worry about that. But for people at home that want a better picture of what this might be.
You want to follow along with your bingo cards.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. If we were more popular, we could do that.
Jeez. What is this, episode like 20?
Self-burn.
13, I think now. It's either 12 or 13.
Like 20.
Now it's like 13.
Those are rare.
Anywho, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, they fought this thing. Nick turned into a fucking turtle.
Hell yeah,
a fucking turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fuckable turtle.
A turtle
Very different.
that fucks.
Both actually, probably. Excuse me. And with the help of the giant otter, Gangle fought this creature and was able to like obliterate it before it could really do a number on them. Especially thanks to Nick taking the acid blow and blocking a lot of people from getting hit by that. Afterwards, Nick cut off its head after doing a whole bunch of slashes to it in his turtle form. They have now tied the Oghag to the horse, Odysseus. Nick can now fully talk to animals. And as you're all getting ready to head back, something called out that only Ambriel could understand. Yeah, Ambriel. So you heard, if I'm remembering correctly, you heard. What the fuck did he say?
Who spoke?
goes
Yes.
there?
Who spoke?
It was,
just
but a
now?
little more owl-like and a
Who
little
was
less
that
Sasquatch Sam.
speaking?
Yeah.
And you see appearing, coming out of the forest, is a white horse. However, it has a horn
unicorn.
on its front, on its head, and
Fucking unicorn.
it's got
gonna be a horseman?
blonde. It's got blonde hair.
Does it match my hair? Is it the same shade of blonde?
Yes, I'm gonna say
Yes.
just in the wind. Its like tail is the same color. It's got like little tufts on its
Ankles.
ankles. Thank you. That's the word. On its ankles, and it's just so fucking majestic.
Well, they're not technically ankles.
They're
For
the
people
fingers,
following at
but
home, I need a word for this.
We don't
It's
want
gonna
to
be-
think about it.
The-
Yeah. Gabrielle is just gonna take a moment, and then in Celestial
Mhm.
respond. That would be me.
Oh,
Whom am I speaking?
I am. A name. Oh, have I never thought of one before? I've never met one where I've had to introduce myself to anyone. No one's ever been able to speak to me before.
Well, I'm happy to offer my conversation. You may call me Ambrielle.
Ambrielle. Beautiful. You're all hearing this like it sounds like glass shattering. It's just does not sound.
It's
Right.
very
Yeah,
high
John,
pitched to Saint
It's
Bernard, Nick. He's
very
like,
high-pitched, yeah.
John sees this like horse creature running up to them, and he like looks for like starts looking for like a log or something to whack it, and then Ambriel starts talking to her like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
He's not
Ambrielle's
running
good.
up. He's doing like a nice trot. It's like musical, and he's like He's like sparkling. Like it's. There's something about this creature that's probably a
Nick
little
is-
too much.
yeah, Nick is not like approaching it, but is like in dog form, like sniffing the horse,
Oh,
the
could you
majestic
ask
horse.
maybe this one to move a little bit away? Smells.
I do not smell in my dog form. How
dare! I just think give this being a little bit of space. I will woof. God damn it!
Embryo! Oh, Embryo!
Yes.
I would like a beautiful name like yours. It must be perfect. Like me, and he gestures to himself with his hoof.
You see his leg bent in a way it shouldn't be. and
Yeah.
it's like me.
It clearly hurts him, but he does it.
Yeah.
He breaks his leg to do it.
Dear Lord.
But it's for the aesthetic.
A name as beautiful as yourself.
Mm.
That is a tall order.
Yes, I'm waiting.
The first one that comes to mind, should you choose to accept it. Revelin.
Revelin?
Revelin.
Brevelin, the bee.
As in, I
Revelin.
revel in your presence.
Hmm. Can we add an extra flair to it?
Revelindal?
Hmm.
What sort of flair are you
I
thinking?
don't know. Something on the end, but not
Not doll.
not what you just suggested.
Revelin.
Liel.
God damn it.
Friendship is magic.
Which is why you're becoming a warlock, by the way. I hope you know.
My little pony, my little pony.
My
Don't
little
talk
Braveline.
right.
My heart.
All right.
They'll crush us.
Nubile. That's Lord of the Rings.
I know. Give me a second. Don't judge me.
Samuel.
Not.
Don't you fucking dare
Sorry.
call him that. You rolled for initiative.
She looked up angel names, and so I was just like, and the first one it suggested was Samuel, and I was like, God.
I think his name should definitely be Peter. Yeah.
Rainbow Dash. Sorry, I'm still stuck on that.
Go for it.
Rainbow Dash
I'm
isn't even a
trying to
unicorn,
find.
David.
I'm trying to find where I found Ambrielle's name.
Rainbow Dash is a Pegasus. Get your shit straight.
Yeah, what the
Oh,
fuck's
oh,
wrong
sorry,
with
hold
you,
on.
David?
Pinkie Pie's a unicorn.
Is Pinkie Pie a unicorn? I'm looking at it
No,
right
she's
now.
not. No, she's not. I'm stupid.
Oh, Rarity?
Rarity is.
Yes,
is a
Rarity
unicorn.
is one.
For some reason, I was mistaking Pinkie Pie's cartoon physics for magic,
Meliander.
which is an easy mistake to make.
Alright, he's gonna come up with one.
Tariel.
Yeah. I'll.
Or Yvonne. Yvonnia. I don't know.
That's a French ass name, Yvonne.
Yvonne.
Yvonna.
What sounds pleasant to your ear?
Brevelin Viostra! Yes, I love it.
The Astra.
Mm.
I like that.
So, it's delicious.
What was it?
Brevelin Viostra.
Brevelin Viostra.
Yep.
Holy. Yep.
Nice.
Got it.
Just a little flair to the end
Brevelin
of it.
Viostra.
Prevalent.
I assume.
Yeah, as one word, but yes.
Astra.
What's that?
As one word, but
Oh, it's
yes.
one word? Jesus Christ.
He doesn't need a family name.
Brevelin. Neither does
Yeah.
Ambrielle.
That's fine.
Brevelin
He's an orphan.
Viostra.
They don't get one. That's not true, kids.
Unicorns live solitary lives.
Brevelin Viostra.
Oh, it sounds so beautiful.
Half as beautiful as yourself.
Ah, flattery will get you everywhere. So, what are you doing in my woods with these people?
These people.
Well,
He
I
catches a sight of Jean-Claude.
I chose this voice, and he's way more sassy than he is supposed to be.
He catches sight of Jean-Claude. Deal with that.
Oh God. Ugh. You have it.
well, I am uncertain precisely how I came to be in this place. I was from a different land originally, and then something.
Oh, you like to
happened.
travel? Oh, I wish I could travel. Oh, that sounds
Yes.
divine.
It was, divine would be a word for what we experienced.
Hmm.
We are. I've only been here for a day or so. We came here in particular because, well, to bask in the beauty of the river, but also to gather clay for some cookery.
So messy. Ugh.
I know. I'm not looking forward to it, but apparently we need to eat.
Apparently.
Oh, you can't just.
Apparently.
You need to prepare your grass.
Oh, I don't consume grass, unfortunately.
Oh, it's very convenient.
Yes,
I've
it
got a
looks
very-
delectable here too. The crispness, the greenness, it's just.
Well, here's the thing. You probably just haven't tried good grass. I have a meadow that it's just divine.
You haven't had the right kind of grass.
Yes, you have to have the right kind of grass.
Well, I told my compatriots, I did give them a promise that I would assist them in carrying their clay back to their hovel.
That is the task given to such a fine specimen as yourself?
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I found that I desired companionship more than I desired decent companionship. At least these ones were trying to kill me.
I suppose there's something to be said for that.
And unfortunately, the deity that I answer to is not really picking up my calls at the moment.
Deity?
Yes. You probably haven't heard of this deity, Anapnoi.
I do not even know what you mean by deity.
A being that inspires worship in a divine sense. A sort of figure of great power, grandeur, who guides people and leads them to the betterment of their lives, and sort of enrichment in a way by being a leader.
Oh, why, that sounds like me through and through.
It absolutely does. I believe that with hardly lifting a hoof on your part, you could become a deity in moments. You must inspire belief in people is the main criteria. Sometimes doing great works, both of divine justice or divine retribution, these types of things. The deity that I worshipped, Anapnoi, was known for his great saying, "Do good."
That's that's it. Oh.
That was it. That was his single commandment.
And what did he do for you? Exactly.
Well, his priests took me in when my family didn't.
You don't know the word priest. You can't think of it.
Okay. His the people who worshipped him and were sort of guiding worship of him. At a certain point in time, deities sort of ascend beyond a mortal realm, so you can't connect with them directly. And they bestow their favor upon certain, like, favored followers, and those followers become sort of like leaders on Earth, or on the mortal plane, where they are, higher beings.
So the more that people worship these things, the more powerful the one being worshipped becomes?
Yes, I believe maybe not power, but definitely influence. Belief does have a lot of bearing on this.
And what has to give power to a follower? To
favor, gifts, a blessing of sorts. Oftentimes, favored followers will be seen sort of as a tool on a mortal realm to enact the deeds of their deity, but in order to do so properly, they must have certain powers above and beyond what the average being has in order to enact those wishes. So, for example, if you wished for your meadow to expand and be protected from all that would seek to infect it or dirty it, or any such thing. If a favored follower of yours were to, say, be gifted enhanced strength or flight or some such thing that would allow them to better protect your meadow, they would do your good deed, and you would gain influence and power, and they would in turn have influence and power.
I don't know how I'd make anyone physically stronger. That's not my forte, exactly.
It was just an example. My previous deity in Apnoi would often
by the way,
had
you're
a more
not saying anaptoi, you're not thinking of the word.
okay. My previous deity, whose name escapes me, as I do not believe that.
Clearly not very impressive, is what I'll say.
His one commandment was, do good. For whom? For what?
Useless.
It was easy to take advantage of, though.
Just looking upon my form. So inspirational, such beauty.
Awe-inspiring, really.
Dazzle, blind people with this sort of form. And he's like, he's becoming like very sparkly. Like, some of you have to like avert your eyes. Except for you.
And
my eyes are very sensitive.
In response, Ambriel is going to sort of like flare out his wings and use his angelic presence to enhance the lights.
Oh, I've never glowed so beautifully before. You have powers of your own.
It is what you're worth.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to give you bolster 2.
Oh, damn. Bolster 2? Yeah. I don't think I need it, but thank you. I rolled a natural 19.
Oh, shit.
So that is 26.
26. Okay, yeah.
Wait, persuasion? I'm proficient in that. 27. 27.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it glows and sparkles beautifully, to the point where, yeah, everyone else is just fucking blinded by, like, the light completely. Like, you guys can't see shit. Like, it's
nice.
Really hard to see right now. Oh, I see you have some powers of your own.
A little here and there from my bloodline.
Well, what else can you do?
I am particularly good at persuading people to my point of view. But otherwise, I was not blessed with any favors from my previous deity, so otherwise, average, unfortunately.
Well, you clearly have talent.
Thank you.
As he pulls his hoof up.
He re-breaks his legs.
Yeah, he fully breaks his leg again. It healed before because he was magical.
So actually he and then I forget. And then he's going to, with his horn, it's going to glow magically and just sparkles around his hoof, and it seems to heal back up.
That is incredible. You know, in my time, I used to be a person who would speak at funerals, but to have the power of healing, to stop death or wounds in their tracks, what a gift.
Oh, you cannot do so.
No, my bloodline was diluted. I am unable to do many acts of power, just my wings and some slight touches of making things light. Though I felt when you did that just now, when you healed like that, I have found that when I'm with the company of healers, my mere presence tends to assist in some way. I'm uncertain, but I do heal +1 in my short range. Is the mechanic.
Did heal slightly more than it usually would. Poof, whatever.
So unfortunately, because of my lack of favor, and my previous deity didn't quite enjoy the fact that I saw expansiveness in the expression do good, and he was thinking a little bit more, lawful good, but, if you wanted to do that, you should have said it. Do good. You could interpret that in many ways.
Yes, well, but I'm all about it being... I love shining. Being that bright sparkle for everyone's eyes, even if they don't appreciate it. But most things they see me and I'm too beautiful to approach.
I can't blame them. If I had wandered upon you in the forest, in a glade or meadow, like you said, and I'd spotted you far off in the distance, I'm not sure I would have the courage to approach such a beautiful creature as yourself.
Which you deserve to shine as well. Such a well-spoken and beautiful creature. Amidst, oh dear, I don't even know what that thing is. Referring to Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
But
what did he say about me?
Clearly.
Oh. Just in awe, really.
Of gas.
Clearly, you should not be doing such menial tasks as collecting clay. You should be doing things that bring beauty to the world, not dirtiness.
Well, I would enjoy that very much, but without powers much more than assisting others in making things shine, it's not as if I have a very good case for why I shouldn't be going out and getting the clay.
Step forward.
Embryo
he breaks his hoof just so he could do this motion.
Yep, and then heals it up.
Disgusting.
He heals it up afterward.
I love this fucking angelic cryptid horse.
Actually, you know what? He doesn't heal it, actually.
Okay.
He's like, I want fingers now. I'm going to break my hoof into fingers. Oh, God.
You have a talent for brightening the world and making the dark recesses fly away. But I wonder if you... I've never really tried this before, because I've never really talked to anyone. I mean, most people is not... I would want to go near them. But... Come closer. Lean in.
An embryo will.
And he will touch his horn to your head. And you feel like a soothing pulse just kind of carry throughout your body. I would like, and then he's gonna hold up his broken leg.
And Embryo will kneel on one knee, cradle the hoof in two hands.
Yes. See if you can do what I was doing to it now.
And Embryo will focus on that feeling of warmth, brightness, light, sort of picturing the dark, jagged cracks of broken bone as darkness that must be purged.
Ooh.
And with a burning light, just sort of burn away the darkness of the broken bones and heal the wound.
Hell yeah, I'm going to give you bolster 1 on the charisma check.
Alrighty then. It's just a charisma check.
Yes.
What did I roll on my bolster? Hey, that's a 3 on my bolster. A 20, not natural.
20 not natural. Okay, yeah. You're holding his hoof in your hand. This light, your hand glows, and the light seeps into his and like covers it and gets absorbed, and the wounds heal. I knew it. I knew it. Oh. My son. It feels so right to say.
My gracious, beloved father, Benevistra.
Brevelin Viastra.
And you just jump on it?
Viastra.
I get it. We just thought of this. I just got it. So it's understandable. Oh. You're a special one. That might have hurt. I apologize. My whole hoof right on your nose.
That is all right. I accept it.
You're going to make me cry, and that's not possible. Because of my biology.
I'm uncertain if I have tear ducts either.
We will both gain then together, as he puts his paw on your shoulder. Or his
and we
paw.
would like to magically build tear ducts for ourselves so we can cry beautiful tears of joy in this moment.
You're going to try that?
Yeah.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh, God.
Just a regular one.
Oh, fuck me. I rolled a natural 18, 22.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You cry. And he quivers. But you're not able to make this unicorn cry.
That's okay. Okay. Can I at least have like golden tears or tears that shine so brightly look almost golden?
Oh yeah. Like you're like the light is actually reflecting from the sun off of your tears very brightly. Oh. I'm not crying, but I can feel it. This is the most beautiful moment I've ever shared with anyone, and I've never shared anything with anyone before. But if I did, this would still be the most beautiful.
Sorry, I did something.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Fan fiction over there?
Goddamn second, I looked down at Face. She's doing some art, and all I see is this diagram of a man. It's sort of like 3D render, but his face has just been stretched out sideways to an absurd degree. It was good.
That's good. I was worried it was fan fiction based off of this. That was just
no.
Anyway. Well,
I have never experienced such light before this time. I'm
yes,
honored.
Yes, you haven't. Well, am I a deity now? Is that how this works? Is that are you a follower? I mean, you're my son, clearly, but
I mean, yes. Who's to say it isn't? Isn't that how religions start? One person decides they will follow you?
oh, I don't know, but
It is! I'm deciding.
Ah, yes. Take charge. You have the power now. Now, go
What
about.
symbol would you like? That's often deities will have a symbol of their power, a sort of shorthand for others to know, oh, this being has touched this place. My old deity had a butterfly.
Oh, we could do. Well, clearly, the most beautiful thing in existence
Is yourself.
And it's he does like the hair thing, in the wind. That would be my symbol. My whole head with my hair blowing in the wind.
It shall be so.
With sparkles around it, obviously.
Yes.
Well, I'm hungry, so I'm probably gonna go back to my glade. By the way, I had to travel quite far. I live southwest of here, deeper into the forest. But your voice carried so far. I didn't gallop, obviously. I trotted as fast as I power trotted in your direction as soon as I heard.
Power trotted. Southwest forest. There's a divine meadow.
John.
These are my first notes for this campaign. If you know. Well, I would not impose upon your presence overly much. And I believe in order to carry your word in deeds, I will take on the sacrifice of interacting with these lesser creatures in order to bring them a touch of your light.
Oh, yes, please.
So you do not have to do this yourself.
Thank you so much. I was not going to, so I very much appreciate that.
But in order to become a powerful deity, having more followers is important, and I believe I can offer this as my services to you. More people
must see my beauty, at the very least. And if you come to visit, just be careful. Those things that you've got tied up to whatever that thing is, they're all throughout the forest. So just be careful if you come to visit.
I will do so. Hopefully your gift, the light you gave me, will allow me to make the journey more safely.
Clearly. Well, toodles. Till next time.
Farewell. He'll bow.
He'll also do a curtsy as a horse. Doesn't need to break any legs for that. They can do that. Not a curtsy, but a bow. Whatever. Yeah, it does that, and then you all see this. Whatever this weird horse is. It's a weird horse! It's a weird horse! As far as you all fucking know. Cool. Just trot away into the forest.
Yeah, it's a weird horse that makes your ears bleed.
Yeah.
Albino horse with a horn.
Ambrielle
It's the weird bleeding horse.
Ambrielle's gonna take a moment, sort of look down at his hands and look over at You don't really look hurt much at all. I saw you take an attack though, right?
Yeah, no, I looked more hurt in the moment, but I do have I would say a little section of the Saint Bernard is a little bit crispy.
Mm-hmm.
He has a little bald patch on one shoulder.
Nick, may I try something? I believe this being that I was talking with gave me a sort of gift.
Nick very elegantly trots over as a dog, and sits and looks up at you.
Is Jean-Claude still riding you?
Yes.
Okay.
There's Jean-Claude too.
Just for the image.
Jean-Claude was also there, yeah.
Maybe you can heal his deformities away.
Yeah, maybe that's something for you.
I don't think I got that power.
Remove a negative condition.
So, Ambrielle is going to kind of kneel on the ground. Incredible. And he's going to conjure up that same feeling of light, of healing. But in this case, seeing that the burns were sort of from acid or a wound, he's going to more picture like a flowing like golden waterfall, like this sweet, cool spring water just kind of flowing over your fur and cleaning your wounds and bringing light.
Okay, so Susanna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say so to introduce a little bit of a healing rule thing. So if you spend 1 minute doing this, casting the spell uninterrupted, you heal you don't have to roll, you just heal the full amount. You just do the full amount.
Yeah.
So Nick, you heal 2d8, so you heal 16 hit points.
Alrighty. I only needed 4 of those, but I'm feeling good.
But now you know this is
had
the
to
thing,
test
because when you all long rest, you do not get half or full hit points left. Like you only get like whatever your hit die is.
Nick does that cute dog thing and like puts his face in your hand.
Woof. Does that feel better? Well, this has been quite the day.
That was the worst conversation I
Wag
ever
my
had.
tail.
Yes, my apologies. I've been told it sounds like horrendous to mortal ears.
Of course, I would rather listen to Infernal.
Bark.
Are you implying that you're not mortal? I'm sorry.
I'm not human. I thought that was clear from the wings.
Yeah, but mortal doesn't mean whether or not you're humanoid or human or
well,
means, can you not die?
I don't
I'm certain
know.
they can die.
Then
Don't
you're mortal.
ask me that.
Nick gives a soft bork.
Well, allow me to ask you this
Bork.
question instead. Can you bleed?
Bork.
Yes.
If you can bleed, it can die. This is simple.
Yes.
So you're mortal.
Mitch, I'm giving you advantage on whatever your next check is for the Predator reference.
For what?
For the Predator reference.
Oh, good.
You know, I just happen to be like this. None of my family was, so I don't really know shit about what I am or what I can do. I don't know. Wow, that's my second character who doesn't know about their birthright and their ancestry.
You go through some
That's
stuff
on
over
you,
there.
Susanna.
Yeah, Nick just kind of does the full body dog lean onto Ambrielle, like I'm here for your partner.
A little bit of a Jean-Claude leans onto you too, and it's a little bit slimy actually. a little bit wet.
Slightly damp.
I noticed and immediately
Little
shift
sweaty.
that section away and head bonk you.
See, the slime is there to protect you from the sun.
This is true.
It's actually an ointment. It's not just that his skin is super slimy. He slathers himself in lotion.
I'm gonna do the dog dancing thing. Like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
I think.
Oh,
Sorry.
Better.
That was.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
do the little pitter patter over by the water.
Thank you for giving me a moment to collect myself. I think this will be very helpful.
No.
Let's get back to camp. We should.
Yeah, that whole thing, a
It's
little
terrible.
traumatizing seeing hooves move like that.
Are you all right? You look very pale.
I'll be okay in a moment.
It is because I cannot
What's
stay
that
too far in the sun for a
smell?
while.
I don't want to know. I don't.
Nick is gonna bark out. I don't know if Larry is still visible. Did
I
go
think
away?
Larry left.
Okay, he was gonna warn Larry that someone threw up in the river, but Larry's gone. So
He went to go
Rip
take the
to
head back
John.
to his family.
yeah,
We're down whatever from the campsite, right?
yeah.
Oh, thank God.
All right. Nick's
Yeah,
gonna
well-
go ahead. Nick's gonna make eye contact with Odysseus and kind of like turn to him and like give him a nod and be like, "All right, you and me. I'm gonna go first, and then you follow. You walk where I walk."
Will do.
Ambrielle is just going to try and be a soothing presence.
All right. I walk across the river with Jean-Claude, making sure that Odysseus is following.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm gonna say
John will try leading, like with like a rope,
Oh,
not like follow the lead or something.
well,
but more
okay.
like-
Your rope is tied to the back of Odysseus, so
right.
yeah. So the rope is pulling the thing. That's
The-
why I'm
yeah.
not.
Carcass.
Yeah.
I forgot about
so
that.
I'm
Never
gonna
mind.
have you actually, because of that, I'm gonna have you make an athletics check for him to cross for
right.
Odysseus.
And we're just walking.
It's across this part where like it's shallow enough to like walk across it, but he's got a giant on-keg body strapped to his back.
Fair.
So it is a little bit
Can John help with the
oh.
weight?
No, he's absolutely fine. 22.
Oh,
22.
never mind.
Yeah.
Odysseus.
He has no problem with you guiding him. He's able to get across and have the confidence to do so.
Yeah.
It is a horse, David.
I give Odysseus a little like lick on the foot as if to be like, good job.
Weird.
I don't know. It just felt like the right thing to do in that instance. I feel like I'm getting some instincts right now. I'm not quite sure. Kind of want to put my mouth on a lot of things, and it's kind of gross.
Normal?
Not for me usually, but yeah. I wonder if grass tastes different like this.
Tasty.
I'll give it a shot. I try eating some grass as a dog. Dogs can eat grass. They eat it sometimes if their stomachs are upset.
No, I know. Make a con check, I guess.
As a dog.
Yeah.
Is this an endurance check?
Sure, why not?
Yeah! Natural one!
Oh, really? Oh, wow. So this is your
You're
first time
allergic to
eating?
grass. Your fucking Saint Bernard form is
This is your-
allergic to fucking grass.
This is your first time eating in an animal form?
Yeah.
You're not used to it. Like, and you just swallow it, and it goes like down. It's like caught in your throat. Like,
I start doing that dog vomit thing, like.
Oh God.
We do not have time for these shenanigans. We need to go back to the camp.
Alright, I'm like.
I think
Bark,
I can heal.
bark.
I'm not sure I can bring you back from death itself. Let us go.
Bork, bork.
Yep.
all right. So I'm gonna say everyone gets back to camp with no issue.
Thank God. Thank
Uh,
Brevelin Vistra.
Brevelin
No.
Viastra.
Viastra.
Brevelin.
Thank bienvenidos.
Brevelin
Brevelin
Viastra.
Viastra. So the last part is
Vi-
Astra.
Viastra, not via straw.
Like biatch, but via.
I was thinking ostrich.
Rev.
Yeah,
Potato,
Nick shows
potato.
up back to camp as a dog.
Also, Susanna, you are a cleric.
Okay, cool.
You're a cleric.
I'm a cleric.
You're a cleric
Ah!
with the subclass Lightbringer.
Ooh.
Cleric, subclass, light bringer.
Finally, a fucking healer in this bitch. You have 12 hit points.
Hey!
Yay.
Incredible.
Okay, so yeah, you come back as a fucking
Hey,
horse.
Wolfrick's a healer.
As a dog.
Learn 2 holy spells that don't deal damage. Oh man, I can't double the size of the sun. Boo.
We would die.
Right? Immediately.
Kind of like how if the Earth was 1 foot closer to the sun.
None of this.
I got it finished.
Alright, cleric, lightbringer. I was doing my hit points. 12. I'll look at the spells and stuff in a second.
Yeah, so and everyone arrives at the camp. Jean-Claude's running on a dog. There's a big ass bug tied to the back of Odysseus. Do with that what you will with your characters.
Woof woof. Woof.
Hello, we have arrived.
Bark. Bark.
Victorious with the clay.
We brought more than just clay.
Shard, there, so a few odd things occurred.
I bring Jean-Claude over to where Jean-Claude usually rests.
Good.
In the shelter.
Yeah, and then I kind of I like lay down so he can get off very easily.
I'm gonna sort of gather everyone up just because it's probably good to just so everyone's on the same page. Beware of the river. Don't worry, Nick is fine. Nick is a dog.
I turn back into a human. Or a half orc.
And now Nick's
Yeah, so
can
there
do
were
that.
some developments while we were looking for clay. Yeah, I can understand animals and talk to them now, and also can become them. Pretty good. We fought that giant bug, but luckily we got rid of it with the help of a giant otter named Larry. By the way, we're not hunting the giant otters. They're our friends. We're allies now.
The monkey
Oh,
on Clem's,
dearie.
so the monkey on Clem's shoulder is freaking
Uh-huh.
out. Pointing at the body of the Ankag, and you hear danger, 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 danger.
It's all right, Clarice. It's all right. It's dead.
Danger.
It's dead, and I kick it.
It doesn't have a head.
He's gonna like hop off, go up to it,
Yeah.
kick it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dante is gonna sort of come over to this thing and like sort of begin to like size it up. Sort of like I guess pull out some of the body parts and things, like examine sort of where like the joints and like the stuff is where.
You're gonna start pulling out body parts?
Well, not in such a way that they would like come apart, just to like just to like sort of examine like the joints and
Like
stuff, so
stretch
you
it out.
see like how he could
Yeah.
Gotcha.
see how he
Yes.
could butcher it.
Yeah.
Ambriel had a great idea that maybe we could build some armor out of this for one of us. Also, Ambriel I was a dog at the time, but Ambriel had an encounter with a mystical horse being thing. It was very
It was horrible.
it was
It
kind
sounded
of
shattering glass the whole time.
it was like no horse that I've ever met. It did
Well,
speak like it was shattering glass, and I couldn't understand it.
Wasn't a horse. It was a god.
Oh, well, okay, so Ambrielle met God, and I can turn into animals now. So that's the summary of the trip for Clay. And we also brought home this Ankeg. Also, the god
You
had
don't
a
know the name of
disturbing
that.
habit of breaking its ankles, and just to make a point.
Yes,
Not quite sure what
his
that was
pronouns
about,
are,
but
are his.
yeah.
That was a demonstration, I believe.
Yeah,
of
but
power.
Ambrielle can magically heal people now.
I am uncertain how I can definitely do it. I don't know what my limitations are quite yet, so I don't want to over promise, but I promise to take a look at anyone who's injured and see what I can do until I guess exhaust myself. I'm uncertain of what my limits are here.
Yeah, and so Ambrielle can heal now, and which was important because I took some acid damage. I wanted to tell you all. So these creatures, they can bite and they can spit acid. So, and the Larry, the otter, warned us, or warned me, and I warned the others, that there are many of these creatures down by the riverbed.
Beatrice is actually going to go up to both you and Ambrielle. Oh, my dear hearts, that is such good news. She's going to take both of you, you and Ambrielle, and sort of pinch your cheek. Oh,
thank you kindly, ma'am.
That is so good. I'm so glad that you were able to discover these powers within yourself. Oh, it makes my heart happy to see it. And I'm so glad that you came back safely. This looks like such a dangerous creature. I would hate to have to face something like this by myself. I think this only confirms for me that we all must go everywhere together. Not all of us together all at once. But I just mean in the sense that no one should be going anywhere alone. This is clearly... There are many dangers here. And if at all possible, please, if you have anywhere you need to go, take someone with you. This is very important.
I agree.
But it's very, very, very good to see that you are well. Oh, and that we have clay for the pots. Excellent.
Sharn is going to stand up and say, I agree, and I think we should all use the buddy system. So if anyone is leaving camp, you need to take at least one other person, preferably groups of perhaps 4 or
I think
5.
that seems well-rounded. 4.
I was thinking more like
getting
3.
a sense. I'm getting a sense from a being greater than myself that 4 is an excellent number. Ambrielle, yes, 4 is a very lucky number. You know, the god we met with has 4 limbs. It's a very lucky number.
Jesus Christ.
For
This is how it starts. This is how these things start.
Yeah.
They just find
You know,
something.
I've always found quadrupeds are usually pretty good. So yeah, no,
It's
I
a
agree,
very
yeah.
stable number, a
Stable,
foundational
sturdy,
number.
good for running.
Yeah, legs are good for running. Mm-hmm.
Sharn will say, well, we had. It looks like we have food and clay to make pots, or some cooking utensils and things to work on crafting. So perhaps we can stay for the rest of the day and evening here at home base, have a meal, and then plan again what we want to do tomorrow.
Yes, I think what we found this morning was that between this dire wolf that you fought, I'm not sure if we can... Dante, do you believe that we can eat this bug creature? Or you said it spit acid. It might be poisonous.
Well, I can't say that I know a ton about giant acid-spitting insects.
Can Knives make a roll?
Perhaps Knives can say something more than me, but What I will say is that you can eat bugs. I mean, bugs are you can eat them.
Would it be like what kind of role would it be?
The only thing I know about eating bugs, and this is a real fact,
Knowledge.
the only thing I know about eating bugs is that sometimes people who are allergic to shellfish are also allergic to bugs. I don't know why this is so, but it is. Sometimes people who are allergic to like
Meat?
clams, scallops, mollusks,
Can
also allergic to crickets.
Sharn give it a try?
Sure, you can give it a try.
We would have to figure out where it made the acid from.
Yes, and I'm very in oh, what is my accent? I'm not English. Oh, the bastards. The English, you English
All right.
bastards.
English bastards.
All right. English bastards.
Fucking
All right.
The
Fuck
Narth.
it. The Narth.
The North will strike
Sure.
again. They'll come back.
All right.
They'll come back like the accent.
I would be interested in perhaps preserving the acid. We could perhaps use it as a weapon, or in certain curative agents reactions. Can be useful, perhaps. Yeah. So what am I making a knowledge check about this thing, or
Yeah.
a nature check?
It wouldn't be nature because it is a monstrosity. It is not a beast.
Okay. So knowledge.
Yes.
I would like
Also,
to...
quick thing for food. I have decided to make it much easier and just say
Aw.
5 portions for each person throughout the day instead of like twice, and we'll consider it like lunch and dinner. So it'll just be
Gotcha.
5 portions for each character throughout the day.
Okay. That's an 11. Rolling shit.
And you're trying to ascertain
Can we eat it?
Maybe.
There's probably some parts you can eat, and some you might get splashed with acid. Like it's dangerous. You don't know where that you don't know the anatomy of this creature. You have no idea where those would be stored or how it even creates this acid.
I have a recommendation. I think perhaps we could use this creature as bait for hunting rather than us consuming it this time, but we can take this opportunity while you butcher it to study its anatomy. And that way we'll be more prepared the next time we have capture one.
I think that
or
is a
fight
very,
one.
very good idea. I was also thinking that perhaps we want some sort of, you know, when you're doing messy crafts or projects or that sort of thing, having some sort of like a painter's cloth. I know we do not have a lot of cloth, but having some sort of thing so that if you're cutting into it and the acid starts spraying everywhere, it sort of blocks it off. So we should probably not cut it up near camp and be a little cautious with it. But I'm sure that Dante, you and Knives have much more experience with butchering than I do.
And all I would recommend is perhaps do it away from the river so we don't end up with acidic water. Even though it will flow downstream, that could cause cascading problems.
No, they didn't do it. It's just be a sad.
Oh, I
it
was
would be a
like,
sad
Larry?
otter. It would be a sad otter.
Beatrice would like to, just from a distance, looking at the creature, and knowing what she knows of having grown up in a sort of noble house, I'm sure that, well, more of a merchant family than knights and stuff, but being familiar with
eating bugs,
young boys who wanted to
I
play knights all the time and eat bugs.
You know how knights do. Famously, in fact.
She's more interested in looking at starting to study how the sort of like hardened body pieces of this bug might be able to be fashioned into some sort of shield or...
Give me a knowledge check. I'm going to give you bolster 1 because the backstory reasons made sense to me.
Okay.
The kid's eating bugs. I was making fun of you and like, oh, that actually made sense. I don't know how you did that.
Not great, but I rolled pretty well on my bolster. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
19.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you feel like this chitinous, not that you know that word, um, skin essentially, would actually make for pretty good armor, or if you wanted to like make a shield out of it. Either way, it would be good for like protective gear. You could maybe using this, you could maybe make 2 to 3. Probably like at best, you could make 3 things of like armor, or probably a better chance of getting like 2 and maybe like a something like smaller, like a shield.
All right, I'm
But
gonna
it would
put.
depend on how they uh, were able to cut it up. Will depend on how much they can get.
2 armor plus small protection.
And that's going to depend on their rolls. That's like best case scenario.
Max. So, okay. But that is a very excellent excellent idea. I like the idea of using its meat as bait for other things. And I think we can use part of it for armor, probably. I wonder if we could also dry out the pelt of the direwolf and craft some more protective gear with that. It would be a little warm for this time, but
We could also perhaps make
this
leather.
cloth is not very protective. Yes, that is what I was thinking. Perhaps we make leather instead of preserving the fur as a fur coat.
Not much of a leather worker, but I could probably skin it.
Yes, I think we have a lot to do around camp, so if we want to just stay here and sort of focus on crafting things, that makes good sense to me. But I would like to hear more about this story of yours, Nick. You said that you mentioned that Embriel found a god.
Yeah,
in
a
the
god.
woods. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But what did you just discover? You could.
Yeah, I don't know.
Become an
I mean, I talk to Odysseus sometimes, but like it's always good to like calm the animal and stuff, let them hear your voice. We were glad I found God. Ambriel finds religion.
Yeah.
That's how it
Again,
happens. You go out on an
found
innocent.
Ambriel,
You go out on an
honestly.
innocent quest to get some clay, and then you get accosted
And
by
then
like some kind of burning bush or
Right.
vampire
Or the bush is
frog
on
or
fire, yeah.
unicorn.
So
Yeah.
actually,
Broken bones.
while they're chatting,
Mhm.
Beatrice is gonna start looking over the clay that they brought back and just sort of start working with it, see what she can craft with it.
Sharn will assist with this.
All right,
Because I have engineering as a specialized skill.
we'll sort of sit near the fire, pull Nick over, Nick and Embriel over to chat, and
Forlorn will walk up. I'm also interested in how you
Yeah.
got this magic.
I don't know if
Wolfric is
I'd call
making
it.
the rounds.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
guard dog all day, every day.
I don't know if I'd call it magic, but like I don't do what you do or what Ambriel does. It mostly seems to affect me. I'd be curious to figure out if I could learn to maybe do something else with it. Yeah, anyway, so they're doing the crafting, but Nick will start explaining like I had this moment with Odysseus and then later with the otters when I asked them for help, and then just in that moment when we were facing the bug, I knew I needed to be more than I was, if that makes sense in the moment. Otherwise someone might have died, and I got that. I became a turtle, a giant, very quite large turtle, and managed to take a acid spray to prevent it from falling behind me.
Oh, I am very glad for that. And I'm very glad that Jean-Claude, you and Jean made it back also. I did not mean to... It's there's a lot of people, but I'm glad. Were you able to learn anything on your journey?
I learned that John will simply untie me from the horse at a moment's notice, and I did not understand why this was happening. I tried to stop it, but he just kept going.
And I was just following Nick's orders. He told me to untie you, and
Yes, and I do not know why Nick told you to do it. It didn't make any sense.
I was worried if the horse bolted, you'd be attached, and Odysseus wouldn't have a very good understanding of where he was going, and he might have tripped and fallen on you.
Well, it sounds like my options were to die in the back of a horse or die underneath a horse. So as a way, it was not really going to change anything.
Well, I think that
Okay,
we have
you
discovered
died.
you did not die at all, which is the
Well, of
preferred
course.
outcome.
Of course, but you
Oh,
know, it's
how is your skin?
unnecessary
You
risks.
didn't get sunburnt at all, did you?
Oh, yeah. Sharn will give him an examination to see if he got sunburned.
Did he get sunburned from the fucking celestial horse?
Make an endurance check, Mitch.
Yeah. 17.
No, you're good.
No.
Still as pale as ever.
Perhaps your skin is adjusting? I'm not sure it should do that. Maybe that's magic, or maybe you've always had a very strange constitution. I have to say so, Jean-Claude.
Have a survivor spirit.
I've always thought that about you. Can we make a crafting check to make a soup bowl?
Yes, I was waiting for you all to
Like-
finish your role playing before.
Can I
asking
provide
for it.
assistance for that?
Yeah.
I think a couple of us
There's
are
a-
all kind of sitting around making pots.
All right, tell
would
me,
this be
everyone
a-
who's helping, tell me how you're helping to see how many people can actually help with this.
well, I feel
Yeah.
like Forlorn is the one making the fire, and he's there. He doesn't want to just be sitting around with the fire. He's gonna grab some clay and like maybe direct the fire
Okay.
to like, okay, it needs to heat up over here. heat
Jean-Claude,
up-
of course, is
That makes sense.
telling
Supervising.
people, right, supervising and telling people, you know, you need to sort of the most, because normally he would explain there is some kind of, you know, spinning wheel that you would use to work with clay and sort of mold it into the way that you would want to desire. But obviously, since we do not have this, we would need to do things sort of differently, and so he'll sort of guide them through the process, which I'm sure exists, but I don't personally know it.
Right.
It does. There's a couple different things we could do.
The one that I was thinking of first was coiling.
Coiling is the easiest way to
Just
make
so
anything.
easy.
So yeah, and Sharn is assisting because she has a background in basic engineering and building tools, and I'm sure in all of her like herbalism and stuff, she has mortars and pestles and basic clay bowls. She kind of lived like a woodsy, artsy witch vibe life.
Does she
on the edge of
want
town?
to lead the
cottage
crafting
core.
and we'll assist her?
I've been rolling really badly, but maybe yeah.
I have advantage on crafting.
Well, what's
Forlorn does.
your bonus?
You're crafting the fire.
You're crafting the fire.
My intelligence is 20, so I would have a +5.
Yeah, I'd say maybe we guide Forlorn through this.
Since he's got the firepower to finish him.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
the product.
I think probably the trickiest part will be to fire this without a kiln.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sharn, that'll be Sharn's contribution. Is Sharn has a background in engineering and will help them construct a rudimentary kiln. So a little stone like
Okay.
hut under which we can put a fire, and then the
I will need a crafting check from you for making that then.
can I use my engineering skill?
Sure.
Do you want to assist me with that? Or do one of you want to assist me with that, and then the other one can assist Forlorn?
With the-
Yeah, sure. I will assist with the kiln.
All right.
And I'll assist with the making the pots.
Okay.
Crafting. Come on. Shit. I rolled so
You get an
badly.
assist though.
Yeah, I do, which is just a
Bolster one.
Bolster.
bolster
Mhm.
one.
Mhm.
Let me see what I get, and then I might push because
Okay.
I don't think Sharn hasn't pushed today.
No, I don't think so.
So it's a 12, but do I feel like I would want to do better than that?
Is
Right
12
now
like a
it's-
one-time use thing, or which would be good enough for now,
It would
or is
be
12
yeah,
like a
because
it's
it
not
wouldn't
functional?
last very long. 12 it'll be functioning, not great, and it won't last very long. You could push it.
Sharn, yeah, Sharn. I mean, it's the end of the day. Sharn is gonna push this and really try to make a like get a good foundation for a long-term kiln, like picks out a spot that we can use, and then like consulting with Jean-Claude, like gathers stones and stacks them correctly using some kind of like rudimentary like the fitting in the joins and stuff,
We'll
and then like
probably
a
have to
place
use-
for the fire.
I was gonna say we'll probably have to use some of the clay to construct a stage because I don't know if we'll find a stone that large and flat.
Yeah, but they make it work.
All right. Faith, just roll me a D100.
That's not concerning.
The number of days it lasts?
No, it's gonna be a random result of what the punishment is for getting for pushing.
I believe
Oh,
that's a 65.
65? Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's the punishment for
Yeah.
pushing.
65?
So, well,
65.
65, sadly.
Mhm.
4 away from greatness.
That would have been a bonus effect.
Hell yeah.
She has a great hair day in the next morning. Okay.
But yeah, so we construct a kiln,
Yeah,
a
it looks good.
rudimentary kiln.
So David, give me your crafting check with bolster 1. How are you helping Embryo?
No, this is
that's
Beatrice.
Ambrielle is not
I mean, there's a lot of characters, all right? There's a lot of fucking
Ambrielle
characters.
doesn't want to get his hands dirty.
There's a lot of
Beatrice
Beatrice, I mean.
is going to be like,
I imagine.
oh yes, there's a technique that someone that taught me actually when you're rolling out dough to make the coils very all the same like thickness, so that when you're coiling the pots like this and then you're building them out, they're more consistent and so they'll be stabler. So this is the technique, the rolling techniques that I learned. It's actually very good for making pies or other pastries, like pretzels. It is so good for pretzels.
I'll keep that in mind. We have to make pretzels one day. And
well,
do
we'll
I
have
just
to
make
grow
one long?
wheat first,
Well,
and
then we will have to find olives and salt and perhaps a cow of
Well,
some
we could
kind.
just do a sourdough, probably a sourdough pretzel.
True.
It might taste a little weird. It won't taste like a pretzel, but it would taste like a. With sourdough,
True.
you just need flour and a little bit of water.
True.
The yeast will come and find it.
and one long coil, or am I segmenting it so that they just kind of stacks?
So you do one long coil, but if you can't get it all, you can kind of bind them together. But if it's all in one coil, it is a little bit stronger because it doesn't have any breaks in it.
Ah, okay.
Also, Susanna, when you're saying pretzel, you're really saying the salty brown thing.
Don't
know the
remember
word
name for
pretzel?
Yeah,
That's
you've lost
not a
pretzel.
naturally occurring food.
Look, neither is
not
a
a
kiln.
potato. It's not a potato.
Neither it is a kiln or a bowl or a pot.
We've
Yeah,
lost
I
those
just missed
words.
some things.
I can't
call out
French
everything.
braid my hair. The French don't exist.
I imagine while this is going on,
You can,
Nick
just
and
make up your own
Gabrielle are
word for
kind
it.
of watching this occur, and Nick is actually asking Ambrielle, so like what specifically was the horse saying? Because like I just started hearing animals talk, but then to have like I know it was a god, but to have one walk up and then the sounds, I don't know if it was just me in my dog form, but it was very high pitched.
No, that is the way that celestial the language we were speaking sounds. It was actually this god, his name is fuck me up,
Revelin Viastros.
Revelin Viastra.
Yes. Also, if I have not said it before, none of you know the names of the languages.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yes, the
Correct.
I'm not French. Yes, the language I was speaking, it, Brevlin Viastra said that it was that he could hear it from very far away, and that's what drew him. We talked about sort of light and what life was before I came to this place. I was explaining to him what I used to do for people, and how I'd mentioned something about the favored people in my. We all worshipped a god who must not be in existence at this time, since I can't think of his name, but some of his followers were favored and were gifted some powers, and I had never received such a blessing.
You seem like a pretty devout person. It seemed like you tried your best. I mean, you did all those funeral services, right, in town?
I did do all of the funeral services in town. I guess I was always particular. Because of, well, being what I am, people seemed to hold me apart in some ways. I was seen as sort of already blessed, just in a more physical sense and not in a more divine. Well, it was still divine, but
not everyone has wings, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I felt very similar growing up because of the way I looked. My mother is human and did not have a.
My mother is.
Oh.
Yeah, he typed it. We don't know the names of the races or anything.
All right.
You know you're. I mean,
whatever,
know there
whatever John is.
Yeah, my mom looked more like John. I'm kind of a mix
John,
between her,
but not Jean-Claude.
Yeah, I thought you said John.
Her and my father, but my parents were not married to each other. My father is married to someone else.
Seems we have something in common then. My mother was married to my father, but I am the only one of her children who looks like I do.
It causes a curious sense of isolation, but looks like things are. I mean, it's the end or beginning. It's kind of hard to think of the world, but you met a god that seems to appreciate what your unique talents are and what you bring to the table, and now you have this blessed gift.
Embriel is like retching inside. He's like, this fucking goody two shoes. Why is he so hot? Yes, I'm not quite sure. I find myself at a loss, honestly. I'm glad I can help, though. This place does seem awfully dangerous, and having a gift seems very useful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice that you can help others, and that's always good. I mean, we're stronger together, but, you know, it also means that someone finally recognized you. Ape strong together. And I mean, it's pretty fucking cool to be able to do that lat thing you do, and to do it even more. I mean,
You're turning into a turtle and a dog was quite impressive. Have you? It will
less
be very,
beautiful, I think, but yeah.
well.
Really is quite impressive.
He kind of like runs a hand through his hair. Yeah,
Goddamn.
forlorn.
I that's just something I was curious about. So I met a being that sort of introduced this light to me. It seems to come sort of naturally to he's very polite. It's
Only as a dog.
disarming. I
Only
think
as a dog.
yeah. But you seem to have how did your magic come to you? How did you find this power?
Oh, right. I haven't really told this story yet. Me, John, and Clem came across
We met a tree and again it
a
tried to
talking
give
tree.
John powers, but it didn't work. And then suddenly there were bushes on fire. I thought it was me at first, but the tree apparently said no.
There was
Rejected by a tree.
a talking tree.
Didn't really have a name. Isn't that right, John? Yeah, no, didn't really have a name at all. It was weird.
But you
I
all
was
could
the only
hear.
one that
All
could
of
talk.
you could hear it.
No, we could only. I mean, like we could hear it, but
we
like
heard it, but I couldn't understand what it was saying.
no, it was only John. But then suddenly, this guy over here is lighting things on fire, and
What? Well, the tree
Lightning
told
from
us
his
to
hands.
focus. Focus on what you wanted to do.
That's when I was thinking about my powers. That's what I focused on was the idea of light, of bringing light into a wound to sort of dispel it, and focusing on that feeling.
To help?
To bring light. There was no yes, in some sense I was doing it to help, but I wasn't thinking about helping in the moment necessarily. I was thinking very more
cleansing almost.
Yeah,
like Cotter has in a wound or something.
Precisely, it was more picturing this darkness in the wound and a light, bringing a light to it to brush away the darkness. It was so I think it does it helps, but it was more of a and I guess I forgot to mention this part, but the I guess my god now, since that's a thing apparently, that we have a god in this world, who apparently really likes a meadow that's just
good
not
news
too
that
far
we
for
found
us.
God so soon. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure that we should make a pilgrimage there. I'm uncertain that would be welcome or advised. It sounded like a dangerous journey.
maybe we could send a small group with some offerings. I mean, it sounds like it'd be worth it to have this god on our side.
I think it would be worth it. Shiny things, he said.
All right.
At least you've gotten its blessing. Maybe more of us can as well.
Yeah.
It seemed quite a powerful being. Nothing dared face it. It was almost too bright to look at in many ways.
Can confirm.
But this tree you were
and you just
about.
You focused and you controlled fire and lightning and stuff. I mean, you were just like fire, and fire happens.
That is not
It-
one of the druid
it-
magics, so I'm not having
No, I
to.
know.
Okay, I thought you were.
Fire.
I thought you were trying to like, hey, maybe this will trigger a roll.
I mean, I'm kind of moving in that direction, but mostly I just thought it'd be funny.
Um,
I actually don't know what any of the druid spells are.
They get nature and healing spells. Essentially, they have access to.
Okay.
So hey, even Nick might be a pseudo healer.
Yeah.
We probably need it. It seems like a lot of things are out to get us.
Where are the spells?
He told John to think of help,
I think it's under maneuvers.
helping.
It's under spells.
I did. Yeah, I don't know if there's a spells updated, but I was looking at spells 12.0.
It should be 12.0. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
He told John to think of helping others, and I tried focusing on that.
You know, it was
And you got fire
Fire?
in Latin?
It didn't work at first. It required a lot of self-reflection. I was getting a bit frustrated, but I thought if there was a way to control the elements around me, I can help.
True.
It is interesting to consider that the similarities between all of us that have experienced these things have either been through a being that sort of guided us to these, or in the midst of peril. You didn't have a being necessarily guide you, but you were able to take some of these actions. I wonder, you said only John was able to understand the tree. I wonder, you were able to understand animals. Do you think you could understand a tree?
I don't know exactly. I mean,
There's-
obviously.
I only really know how to speak 2 languages, and it's this language, and I switch over to Elvish.
Mhm.
I learned this language. It was very common where I lived.
I don't. So maybe not. But
I
maybe,
speak this language that you've all heard me speak, and I won't subject you to the other one.
I mostly speak this language and the language. Good old dad. Anyway. But even if I can't speak to this tree, I would be interested in. I think maybe a couple of us taking a trip out there, but I don't know how far it is. A number of things to add to the map, and maybe some pilgrimages or trips. I mean, why have enemies when you can have friends, right?
Yeah.
I believe in this environment it would be best to have as many friends as we can get on our side.
Well, I think we already made enemies with the bug thing, but
Yeah, but then I killed it, so fully decapitated it actually. So
That was
now you're just gonna anger its people, and then they'll come after us.
well, I told it wasn't that we didn't need all this. There was no need for it, and it stopped for a bit, but then it clearly was hungry. So,
but you couldn't it didn't speak words you could understand.
I don't think. I think it could have. It was refusing to. But I don't know. Sometimes you try your best to be nice to people, and you try your best to go it together, go it as a group. But occasionally, you have to.
Oh
If
yes,
something
I
wants to eat
certainly
you, you gotta
agree that
kill
it
it,
would
yeah.
have murdered all of us without remorse, and so I don't feel too bad that you decapitated it. It was actually pretty.
So don't feel any remorse. You did what you had to do.
Don't worry about it.
You have a bit of snot. Shut up. Yeah, but I'll have to think on that. I wonder if there's
I-
other stuff that I can
wonder.
do.
Well, this is another thing that I was thinking about in terms of my own coming to terms with this power that I have is what are the limitations? I've always been interested in seeing how far things can go, and and have you experienced any? Well, I'm sure we've just have these powers for a day, and as we get used to them, we'll.
Yeah, I mean, Forlorn might be better to ask, having had them longer. But I know that I tried to turn into a horse, and there seemed to be some kind of like my form just wouldn't stretch that large. So I think there might be like a size issue there. I don't think I can get bigger than I currently am, at least for now. Maybe that'll change as I get more practice and stuff. But yeah, I feel like perhaps there's more that I can do, but I'm not quite sure. It just came to me in the middle of that moment when I saw y'all behind me, and I was like, well, we're either going to get out of this together or we're all going to die. So
Maybe some sort of mental block.
perhaps.
Though I guess I can go and see if I can start testing my limits now. Who?
Yeah,
of the
didn't
camp-
Knives have a cold or something?
Yeah, he did. Just staying away from
Knives
camp.
had a cold.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sharn fell in the
We-
river.
Sharon
When we
also.
did
Sharn had a cold.
Oh, was it
When we did
Sharon who had the cold?
we did the rest before.
Okay, Sharon has the cold then for 2 days.
When
No,
Dante
she.
Dante-
Sharon had the like sniffles, but she didn't like get a cold. At
I
least
think
from what I
she got she refell in the river, remember? I have it written down cold.
when we did the long rest, I might have written my hit points back wrong.
Okay.
The people who slept in the tent, how many hit points did they get back?
They got back.
They got 3, or their plus their con mod, or I think it was like 2 plus their con or something like that.
I believe people who didn't sleep just got like 1 plus their con.
No, right, but people who slept in the tent.
I believe it should be
was like
6 plus.
Okay.
That was like a D6 or something.
Yeah, it was a D6.
A D6 plus con.
Okay.
And everyone else was just a D6.
That's fine. I just was looking at Dante's hit points. I was like, that seems too low. I think I just didn't mark them the last time.
Well, I think
everyone else was 1 plus con.
I'll go check on Sharn and
either way, he should be at max.
Dante, since we ran into that wolf early on in our travels, and then see exactly how much I can do.
All right. Forlorn, and I'll talk with Forlorn, Sharn, and Beatrice a little bit more about like the animals and what they said about the area. Larry also warned me about the orange one that looked like us but bigger. I have been seeing signs of maybe like some do I know the word for monkeys?
Yeah.
Monkeys or things in the trees, but I'm not sure if that's what they were referring to or what exactly, but I don't like the sound of orange us but bigger.
Nick, you did see an orange humanoid when you were going through the forest, actually. You ran away on Odysseus.
Oh, was this like the troll or whatever?
Ogre. Not that you know the name of it, but that might be who they're talking about. Yeah,
though now that I'm thinking about it, there is this creature that I ran away from. Me and Odysseus just bolted. Big, kind of like rough features. Wanted to eat me. Didn't seem worth the fight. It was much larger than I was. Had a big club. And I'll like I'm sure we have like a rudimentary map going, and I'll kind of point out the area where it was.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar, Forlorn.
Oh, that's what's like we high-fived with and Clem.
Yeah, very different encounter.
Well, I think we also encountered, if it's the same thing, that too. It seems to be. I hesitate to use the word intelligent.
What a dick.
I love Forlorn.
I mean, it's
I
true,
know.
but-
It's smart enough to use tools, but
Did it try to? Did you fight it? Did you run? What happened?
no, I didn't try fighting it. The thing was too big. I tried to impress it in a way or scare it off with my magic, and that didn't really quite work. And then Clem was quick on their feet.
Y'all talk about me? Huh? Me, Clem. Clarice the monkey. Oh, you guys talking about my buddy, the one that named me Umsha. Umsha? So it had a language. Yep. It had a language, fully talked, and we're best friends now. I also taught it to high five, but I would maybe avoid it while it's doing that. It's still working out the strength pulling part of it, so.
It wasn't pulling its strength.
All right. Well, so potentially not dangerous as long as we don't aggravate it. Would you say, Forlorn? Clem?
It seems like it liked being worshipped, but I don't think it has the ability to give magic like this god.
It has the ability to give titles, though. Bow down to your Umsha, Forlorn.
Almost done with this one. I got a 24 like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, on what? Oh, the pottery?
Crafting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you trying to make with this clay?
We needed bowls and silverware. Right?
We needed a big. We wanted
Well,
a
no, we
big
deal with that
soup
silverware.
pot.
A soup
Yeah, we need a big soup pot and we need bowls, and that's sort of
Okay.
the priority.
With how many chunks you had, you were able to make a big pot.
6.
And that's about it.
Yeah, we had.
You had a
6 clay
24.
chunks.
I'll say you were able to make.
If anything, I would like a big pot and a set of silverware.
I would say rather than that, do a big pot and
And
then
one
like
bowl?
a cup.
A cup.
Cups
A
are
cup?
bowls and
Ah,
cups.
A cup,
Right.
a cup would be better.
Right.
Thank you.
So,
The silverware on its own is useless.
Forlorn,
Well, like a spoon, you could just.
Forlorn, since you are making this, do you want to make silverware? Do you want to make cups? Or do you want to make bowls? Keep in mind how big these or small these things are for how many you could actually make.
Sharon would recommend cups and then one big bowl. If she saw you going to make something else, she would speak up.
Well, he's making a pot. That's for sure.
That's for sure. You get a little bit
And
more.
I'll go with cups.
Cups? You can make 2 cups.
Yeah.
2 small cups.
Well, these are done. We're gonna have to go back for more clay, but hopefully, maybe we can. You guys are gone for a while. Maybe we can find clay that's closer by.
I don't know, but we clearly marked it, and it's pretty easy to get to, especially if I was in an animal form and 2 other people or 1 other person was around Odysseus. You can make pretty good time.
If we perhaps had a better way to carry the clay.
Yeah, I think bags might be, or some kind of carrying cloth. Maybe we could use the wolf hat. I don't know.
I thought we were planning on making some sort of hide armor, but a bag wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
Okay, are you doing anything else today? You've just made your clay.
Actually,
pot?
I think we need
we
to
could
make
make some
soup.
water skins with
Ooh,
the wolf's bladder.
probably only one, but yeah.
No, this is a wolf with 12 bladders. That's the fucked up part.
Damn.
That's what makes it a dire wolf.
Yeah.
Its capacity for piss.
Yeah, dire wolf
That's how it
clearly
marks
has
its
dire bladders.
territory.
It's got dire bladders.
Right. It's got such a huge territory to the one wolf because he just goes around.
And when I say it has
I
a dire
hate
bladder, I
all
mean it has to go to the
you.
bathroom all the time.
It's a piss wolf.
It's a piss wolf, Jesus Christ. Okay.
I do want to take a whack at butchering this on keg.
I
Yeah.
think we might want to butcher the wolf first so we can eat.
Or that, whichever. I want to butcher something.
Yeah.
I want
Butcher the
an
wolf
excuse for
first.
Dante and Knives to have a scene. Okay, that's what I want.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Yeah.
Well, can Ambriel try to heal Knives first?
For your
No.
sickness?
No, that'll be at
Yeah.
the end. That'll be at the end of our scene because they'll happen
Alright.
simultaneously.
Okay, no, fair enough.
So Dante is once again going to come up behind Knives and sort of clap him on the back, as he does.
You gotta stop doing that.
I thought we were friends.
I mean, like, at least you keep on coming up and surprising me, and we're in the middle of nowhere.
I
get that
I'm
we're
not
in camp
trying to
right
be
now.
stealthy. I don't know what I'm a very large man. I don't know how I can possibly sneak up on anybody.
I don't know how you do it either. I'm not saying you're not my friend, but like it's just you just kind of appear and it's a little unsettling.
Well, I wanted to maybe get started with this wolf, and I mean I've got like a knife, and I think maybe you're sick, so maybe you shouldn't be like handling the food,
No.
maybe, but like it would be comforting to have somebody to talk to.
Oh yeah,
you know.
right. Yeah, I was hoping to maybe like supervise or something. Not because I'm better. but
Maybe I
because-
encounter some kind of crazy magical organ that I'm not familiar with.
I mean, it looks like a normal wolf, but I mean, we have three
I
people
don't think
here.
wolves are that big. I know wolves are bigger than most people think, but I don't think they're this big.
This thing is huge. But I wouldn't put it past it being able to breathe fire or something. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
There's
What if I
like
encounter
three
some
people
kind of
here.
fire-breathing organ, and I don't know what a fire-breathing organ looks like? I mostly do cows and stuff.
yeah. So I'll watch. Sorry, I'm not a bit out of it. That was cold.
Yes, it was. I was standing in it. All right, so let's, they don't want us to do this sort of around, like the water and stuff. So we should take it maybe up there on the hill or something. I don't.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe a bit of away from the river and a bit downstream.
Sure. Okay, so we move the
Mhm.
wolf carcass, and when they get there, Dante will set it down and he's gonna start butchering it. He's gonna start by taking off. Well, actually, I suppose they'd want to bring a rope so that they could sort of bloodlet it. I don't think that we have anything to save the blood in, because I think maybe the blood could be useful for something, some kind of, I don't know, blood pudding or something. But
Blood sausage.
or blood sausage or something. But I don't think we have a thing to carry the blood in, so we'll just,
No,
I
yeah,
guess, drain it. It'll be okay.
yeah, unless you wanted to pull out its bladder first, but then we have to clean out the bladder, and that's its whole. We have to.
I don't know where we would find soap right now.
Speaking as someone who's gone hunting, generally speaking, you want to you want to get the organs out
Yes.
first.
Right, yeah.
Like
that's
we did the Yeti.
That's what we're setting up for right now.
Okay.
We're gonna hang it sort of by its feet from like a tall tree branch or whatever. I was making a joke about the soap because Dante's not very smart.
Incredible. Love that.
But he does know how to butcher things. So yeah. He'll hang it up, so he'll start doing sort of the butchery thing. He'll take his cleaver, and while it's not necessarily the best tool for the job, it's the one that he's got. And he'll start he'll split it open, and after like a little while, and the blood has sort of drained a little bit.
Okay. What are you prioritizing?
I would say probably edible things. So I think that we could eat any of the organs. Probably want to handle those.
Okay.
But just edible stuff, and I think the other thing is skinning it. I think we want to.
Is this for the wolf or the ankeg?
This is the wolf.
The wolf. Okay, so you're prioritizing edible. So you can. Yeah, so you can do that, and also if someone wants to skin it, they can also attempt that. But those are the two main things you're doing. So for the butchery, for edibles, I'm assuming you're helping. David, you don't have to explain how you're helping. It makes sense. You're a cook. You do this.
Right.
So go ahead and just have bolster 1 on this.
It's literally in your backstory. You don't need an elaborate reason why.
I'm gonna say butchery, because there's definitely precision to this, but there's also strength.
Yeah. I am proficient. That's my specialized skill, butchery.
Butchery, okay.
So tell me if it's strength or dexterity, and that'll determine what I add to it.
Well,
right.
We're not exactly doing surgery, so it doesn't have to be pretty.
It's true.
So
I mean,
I would say strength.
If you want to, okay, I'll tell you what. If you want to preserve, hopefully, more of the hide, I would do dexterity. If you're just going for the meat, I would do strength. Or you could try skinning it first.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I don't know that Dante feels confident skinning it. Although I suppose maybe he has to skin cows and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll skin it first. He'll try that.
Okay. Yeah, give me a dex. You can have a dexterity or a nature check. Actually, I'll let you do.
Nature's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do nature because that's slightly better than my dexterity.
Right, it's less negative.
It's less negative. Okay, do I get a bolster for that, or am I just?
I'll give you bolster 1.
Okay. Oh, easiest skinning of my life. Natural 20, 22 total.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
We actually find a second wolf inside.
It's actually pregnant.
Oh my god, that'd be awful. We're not doing that.
I like how you were like, the wolf we killed is pregnant. A reward!
Right. Jesus Christ, no. Fucking monster.
Well, I found another wolf inside.
Well, I meant we find more skin just kind of appears as a joke because we got a natural 20.
I would say. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. What was the total?
22.
22.
I realized that as I said, I was like, no, that just means the wolf was pregnant.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, you have enough So you have enough for 2 things of like leather armor
Okay.
if you want to make, plus 1 minor leather based item. If you want to switch any of those leather armors out, you can get like 3 minor leather items.
Okay. Okay. And I guess as he's doing this, he wants to talk about knives and he wants to talk about knives. No, he wants to talk to knives. Sort of about. So, it's sort of weird that you and me are here, right? Like, it's not that. I mean, not weird that you and me, but I mean, like, weird that we were close to each other and then this happened. At least I assume you were at the shop that day.
Yeah, I was with someone.
Who were you with?
I can't remember her name.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I live at my shop, so I was at home with the wife and the kids. Similarly, I cannot remember their names.
Why? Why?
What, David?
So I guess I'll have to try to figure that out at some point. And he's actually, so the thing is, he's sort of getting like wistful and philosophical here, but that actually I think is what drives him into being sort of really precise with his work, and sort of what gets the natural 20 in there.
Right.
Sharn said that it was probably our responsibility to stay here and change the future. I don't know if I want to stay here.
Yeah. I don't know if that's, I mean, obviously stay at the camp, but like, we should try to go back, I think.
It's not the same. But whoever I left behind, they were important to me. I can't imagine what you're going through right now.
Well, I mean, my day's a lot quieter, I'll tell you that. But everything. I'm also a lot. This is going to sound weird. I think I'm like lighter, but that's not how I want to feel. I'm used to having 3 or 4 ankle weights at a given time.
Oh! I thought you meant like.
Maybe that's why I'm being sneaky. I'm used to having to really move because.
I thought you meant like figuratively, like you've stress has been lifted.
Oh God, no! I'm so much more stressed now.
Yeah, no,
I'm surprised that I slept at all last night. I mean, I did get mauled by a wolf, I guess, and I almost died. But I just, I don't know. It's weird to be by yourself when you're so used to not being by yourself. And I mean, obviously, there's the others, but
When you know, you know.
Yeah, I miss the hustle and bustle.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. It's because, that's busy work is busy work, and, doing what you know how to do is doing what you know how to do. And that's all fine and well. But the familiarity of, being surrounded by some people that you know and that you've spent time and effort into, forming a relationship with, and then just to have that sort of taken away from you is, I mean, I guess it's only been a day, but not being able to remember their names is something about it. I don't know. Not good with words.
Doesn't feel like you feel guilty. Like you should know. But you don't.
Yeah. I don't know if guilty is the right word. I don't know if that's how I feel, although maybe it is. I feel more like I'm incomplete. And there's just nothing here that could change that.
Are you guys cutting up the wolf? Oh, gross.
Well,
what is that?
Well,
yeah, they're short stuff.
You see, Cat, right?
Yeah.
We just, we needed to take all the skin off, so now we can get to the bones and stuff easier.
Oh.
And also, they wanted to make stuff with the leather, so we wanted
gooey.
to save the well. We did want to drain more of the blood first, but it's since we don't really have like a refrigerator, and since like
it's
or not. I don't know the word refrigerator.
No, you don't. You don't.
We don't
Ice
have
box.
like a cold place to put this.
Ice box.
So and the sun's going down, so we wanted to get it done quickly.
Well, I bet it'll taste good.
Never really had. Well, I've had winter wolves before. I wouldn't know what winter wolves are, would I?
Any cut of
you
meat is
might.
good if you cut it. If you cook it right.
You can roll. You might actually know that.
Fucking 9.
No.
You're a shitty cook. Cat, any cut of meat is good if you cook it right.
Well, good thing we have like 2 chefs then. Between the 2 of you, you probably know something about cooking.
Also, that reminds me. Turning to Dante. What's his name? How do I forget his name? I spent like two days with him.
Wolfric.
Wolfric didn't seem to eat earlier.
Well, he is kind of a skinny guy.
Yeah, I might need to sit on him and like make him eat.
Fucking, I felt insulted. I've never had someone turn down food from me.
I think it's because
sure
he
it
wanted to
wasn't
feed
personal.
me, which I'm fine.
Right.
I've gone for
Wolfric
longer
seems
without
like-
a meal.
Wolfric seems like a nice guy. I'm sure he was just trying to, make sure that other people were taken care of or something. I don't know. I haven't spoken with him really.
Kind of a language barrier.
I'm gonna need to talk to him.
I'm sure he'll probably eat tonight. I mean, who goes 2 days without eating? That's
Well,
ridiculous.
not about. Well, kind of about eating, but also, guys.
You don't think he's a vegetarian, do you? Does he like not eat meat?
You don't know that word. You definitely don't know what that word is.
He could not eat meat. I mean, that's a personal choice that some people make. He, like I said, seems kind of like a skinny kind of, lighter fellow.
Yeah.
I think I heard him and Sharn and Beatrice or somebody talking to him about sheep and things, and so maybe
Maybe he likes lamb.
Maybe he likes lamb, or maybe he does something with sheep and so therefore doesn't like to eat meat or something. I don't know. Why are we talking to me about this? I don't know him.
Well, I was just letting you know that if he turns down food from you, maybe, I was just warning you.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to take it personally. What? Just because I am a cook and I made food doesn't mean that everybody has to like it. That's, you can't account for taste.
Knives desperately needing everyone to validate him.
Dante.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you do after it's like hanging like this?
Well,
like
usually
you still have like all the meat on there and like
Right.
the bones in it.
Well, so now we have to take out the organs and stuff so we can actually get around to that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, usually you let the blood thoroughly leave the body. You don't just kind of just jump into it.
If you want to do that, you can make a check now.
Yes, I would like to butcher the
bolster
wolf.
1 with knives helping you, I assume.
I would like to sit here and learn.
All right.
Roll for learning.
Make a knowledge check, Susanna.
Oh God.
Is this one with my strength?
Hey, Cat.
Yes, this is with your
did
strength.
really good for how good Cat is at this. Cat that's an 11.
Not bad.
17.
Soaking up the knowledge.
17? Yeah, you're able to cut it out really well. I said 60 portions before.
Yeah.
You get the proper amount.
Okay.
Yay.
Good.
Did you write down the amount of leather?
I did.
Yeah, how much you wrote?
Just write 7 for leather.
Oh, I wrote wolfskin for 2 sets of leather armor, and 1 small leather thing, or 3 small leather things.
Okay, yeah. You can put like 7 in parentheses, just as an easier number.
7 units of leather.
What about the bones? Do you do anything with the bones?
Well, traditionally, if you're going to be using it for meat, you don't always use the bones. Sometimes if it's like a T-bone or like different cuts of meat come on the bone, or if you're doing like ribs, that sort of thing. If you're cutting up like a chicken, a lot of the times it's like a chicken thigh or a chicken wing, and those have the bones in them. But it depends on. The short answer is it depends on the kind of meat.
For the bigger ones like the femur and whatnot, you can just kind of crack them open and eat the bone marrow inside.
Right, and I think again, Sharn and some of them were talking about using the bones for I think tools or something. So we'll probably keep the bones with the meat for now, just because it's easy, and then we'll sort of talk to Sharn and figure out what she wants to do with what parts of the beast here, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Well, thanks for letting me watch. I really only ever dealt with like small fish, maybe rats if I could catch them, but they don't really look like this.
Fish have a whole different kind of bone.
Yeah, they really do. They get stuck in your teeth and your gums, and they're like all little and ugh. I'm glad we're eating wolf instead, even though it almost killed me.
What I will say is that at least in people, bone marrow is most commonly found in the pelvis and the hip bone, in the sternum, in the skull, in the ribs, the vertebrae, the shoulder blades, and the metaphyseal and epiphyseal ends of the long bone. So it's not actually the middle portion that has
most of the bones.
It's
that
like
is not even.
It's like the joint.
But so if you took like the femur, tibia, and humerus, you would only want to take the spongy top half, which actually is not fused when you're born. It fuses later as you grow. You have like mini arm bones, and then you get only 3. Anyway,
Give them mini arm bombs.
Bone facts.
Yeah, and then I assume that on the way back we can sort of use the wolf skin itself as kind of like a pseudo sack to carry all this sort of butchered meat in, and we've got
Oh, sure.
hands and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Is there anything else you all want to do today? That was a good part of your day, doing all of that.
Right. Yeah. I assumed that that all of that sort of took about the same time as this conversation that the others had with the pottery and all that.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the day?
Wolfric's just keeping his eye out. Maybe at a point he'll find sort of like a good high up perch and sort of take a breather. Not necessarily, he's still keeping watch sort of, but just like not moving around as much so he can like relax a little bit. But
okay, so it sounds like everyone's good for the day. Go ahead and remove the portions that you're using from
For soup?
whichever.
For soup?
so we have to each eat 5 portions.
Mm-hmm.
So for 12 people, that's
60.
But Clem already ate today.
So he doesn't need to eat.
Add to Clarice.
Okay.
55.
You don't have to feed Odysseus. You don't.
Actually,
We got the mushrooms,
give me
but we don't know if they're edible.
give me a crafting check for the soup.
Out of curiosity,
Beatrice can make that.
has anyone else eaten?
no.
Okay.
Okay, Beatrice did a pretty good job with the soup. I just put my thing away. A decent job with the soup. 18?
I feel like it would be safe to say that you have bolster from
Someone.
from 2 cooks being in the group.
So 18 plus a bolster is 21.
Okay, I'll say making a soup out of it. I'll say 4 portions is enough for everyone, as you made it last a little bit more.
Okay, so that's
44
Meaning we get
okay.
5
So
portions.
we have
We get 5
11
portions.
people.
11
Fed.
people who need to eat 4 portions each.
Which is
Right. So
44.
meaning we
44.
get the equivalent of 5 portions out of 4 portions each.
So we've
we
got
have
16 left.
portions left.
The broth probably made up the last portion.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think you still have some berries left over too. So and mushrooms.
Clem ate all the berries.
There's still some berries left.
Oh
think other
yeah,
people had
Forlorn
berries,
has
too.
Forlorn and John didn't eat all the berries.
We rationed them out.
And then Nicholas has half a banana.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So Wolfric will come back and he'll eat.
Okay.
The only other thing is that Ambrielle wanted to. I was looking for it in the rules. I haven't played a spellcaster before, and I'm not really sure how it works. But I don't know how many spells out of combat I can cast.
4 first level spells.
Yeah.
3.
You should have 4 first level spells, 2 second level spells, and a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, so basically 4, 2, 1. And I can explain why the math works another time.
4, 2, 1.
Okay, so what would you have considered that I've already spent?
You've already spent actually both of your level 2 spells because you've done lay on hands twice.
Okay. Where is Lay on Hands?
It is a level
That
2
is-
healing spell.
Level 2 healing. I was looking at holy.
Yes.
That's why.
I do that as well. Totally understand.
Lay on Hands. Okay. So, I have 4 level 1s. One of my healing that I'm taking is going to be aid.
Okay.
So I can target 4 creatures, different creatures. They can't be the same. And the next time they long rest, they heal +10.
Jeez.
Did you say 4 creatures?
Because
Yeah,
you said I had 4 level 1 spells.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I also have 8.
Right, because you
I
use
also
it
So I
8
can-
times.
I can cast it 4 times.
Gotcha.
And I can also cast it 4 times.
Cool.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so that can actually be your 2 bonus healing spells that don't do damage.
I thought they had to be holy.
Is that what that
They do.
says? Oh, you're right. You're right.
That's,
You're right.
that's what it says.
You're right.
So I can't.
Forget what I said.
Don't listen to the DM.
It's fine. I have a bunch of will spells because I have +4 charisma.
Yeah, you have
so
a
I
lot.
Have, like,
you basically have
4
+10
+2.
spells of either healing or holy.
The only one that I don't get extra of is fire. So.
Oh, you don't have an intelligence modifier?
No.
Oh, then whatever.
It doesn't matter really,
Yeah.
but I got other people who.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna assume people are hunkering down to go to
Yeah.
bed.
Oh yeah.
If anyone wants to use aid, doing enough aid will cover the very few people who've been hurt. Which I think they've been
You can do
healed.
8 people.
I think they've been healed anyways. I don't know if Kat was healed to full.
Cat was not healed to full.
Neither was Sharn.
Yeah, you can either sleep in the thing or you can have magic.
Basically, we have 8 8 aid spells between 2 characters, and then 4 people can sleep in the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it.
Yeah, for now.
So
For
we're
now.
we're pretty covered for now.
You're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For now.
We're doing really well for ourselves right now.
Yeah,
For now.
For now. For
Yeah,
now.
and we love that for us.
Who is keeping watch? this
Wolfric.
night? Roll right.
No, you need to sleep.
Nope, not yet.
Forlorn will keep watch.
Okay, so you two are keeping watch.
Forlorn will offer to keep watch.
Just a reminder, if you keep watch, you will not get a long rest, meaning you will not regain spell slots.
Oh. Nope,
Yeah.
never mind. Forlorn will not.
Or heal in any way.
I'll deal with that for now.
Nick stayed
Alright.
up last night, so
Mhm.
I think someone else should do it.
Yeah,
Does
Wolfric did.
someone have to be good at perception?
9?
Clem will stay up.
Dark vision and perception will be nice. At least
Oh,
the dark-
Beatrice can stay up. She's fine.
Clem is dark vision.
Okay, yeah. So
Clem will
3
stay
of
up.
you are staying
Clem's
up?
useless otherwise.
Okay.
Oh, sweetheart, you do not have to watch on your own. I will stay up with you.
Well, this is up to you. I cannot stop you.
Well, I just don't, what we said earlier about no one going on their own. It's
Yeah.
very important. It's very important to rely on the group. I know that you are very protective, and that is very kind of you. But it helps to have someone watch your back too. Besides, we can keep each other company. It will be lovely to talk again in this language that we share.
What are you saying? What?
Oh, and it is lovely to spend time with you too, Clem.
Thank you.
And your little Clarice.
Yes,
She is a
Clarice.
delight.
Clarice is fully just napping.
Yeah,
on
I was
Clem's
gonna
head.
say, Sarah. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, Ambrielle goes around doing healing. It's like, well, I
Yeah,
believe
but-
I have found my limit.
First
I'm
we-
going to pass out now.
Before I go, I will sort of help some of the others. I can, I feel like I can help them get to sleep. So
Oh, that is so sweet of you. Thank you, darling.
This sweet young man.
As I'm just surrounded by the kindest gentlemen. They are so kind and lovely.
yeah, I will also go around and between the two of us, we'll get all eight of the people who are not going to sleep in the.
We need to find Beatrice, a middle-aged Dos Equis man or something. Yeah, so you go around. You give aid.
And I'll also cast aid.
Yeah.
Whoever wants it.
Bold of you not to think that Beatrice is the ultimate MILF. We're not gonna all just fall in love with Beatrice.
Okay, so yeah, you do that, and then for everyone keeping watch, give me perception checks. You all have dark vision, so you're fine.
Bad.
Dirty 20.
8.
20, okay.
All right, I have a 0 perception modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Beatrice is just up for
It's
the
better
good
than not
company.
having dark vision.
19.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, so the other night, you didn't really hear much, Wolfric.
Yeah.
It was hard to concentrate. All you really heard was wolf howls.
I process.
There's other sounds, like you hear like maybe more subtle ones, like crickets. You hear whoo, whoo. Some owl sounds. Other than that, yeah, I already rolled. You don't really. There doesn't seem to be anything prowling nearby. And it's.
Clem will start harmonizing with the owl and go. So every time it goes, whoo, Clem will go, let the dogs out. Whoo, 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 whoo.
Give me a charisma check, Clem.
Oh God.
Clem
A performance
becomes
check.
a ranger?
Bard.
You just want a straight charisma?
Actually, performance. Give me performance.
14.
Okay. Yeah, you do that.
I want Clem to never receive a class. That's my goal for Clem. I just want him to never, ever progress. But just be dead weight on the group. Even more so than Jean-Claude.
And that's the feat.
Yeah, that's really...
That's the bar right there.
Who said that had
The
anything to do
goalpost.
with a class? Yeah, so...
I don't know, because they were all like, oh, Bard? Ranger? And I was
Right,
like, no.
right,
Clem's
right.
never going to get a class.
True.
Clem's useless.
I have literally 5 different things Clem could be. I thought of another one today. As we were playing. He goes so many different fucking directions. But
I will choose to go none of them.
yeah, the owl doesn't seem to respond back to that. That was the only real thing of note throughout the night. And it passes peacefully for now. So that is where we are going to end tonight's session. We got two new classes.
And
Too many classes.
2 days
Due to
under
Claire
our belt.
Blair, I have too many classes.
Classes.
No one
classes.
understands that joke.
Due to Claire
We
Blair,
do.
there are now too
They
many
don't get to
classes.
know.
They'll never know.
Yeah, they're
This
not.
is
They're
for
not gonna.
us.
He's not gonna walk through this forest. Like there's
No,
there's no
they're gonna know.
canonical
They just have to
reason.
wait until the next campaign when he
Yeah,
invariably returns.
You guys
Right.
don't. You're not even ready for the NPCs, the reoccurring NPCs of our group
Not even.
that follow us everywhere into multiple worlds.
Across all universes.
They're just variants of each other.
Yes.
Well, but what I do, I expand them. I do make them a bit different.
No, you
That's
do.
like a
You do.
variant.
You're not. It's not just copy paste,
Yeah.
but like it's kind of comforting. We're like, invariably, the universe will have a Sasquatch Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
Of some sort.
It's great as they have no
Right.
Invariably,
idea
we'll
what
meet the
they're
skeleton
picturing the
lord.
wrong thing when you say Sasquatch Sam. That's the great thing. They
Yeah.
they have no clue.
Eventually, we'll come across the skeleton lord. Jeffrey Peterson.
Well, I found an NPC, guys. Y'all, I've done it.
You did.
In
True.
this, I found a fucking guy.
And
got
now
to-
this guy's gonna come back.
I got to play a character.
Fucking bone unicorn. Shattered glass sounding bone unicorn.
Hey, and I got to play
Look.
a character that had some.
Well, you got to play Larry and Odysseus.
No.
Yeah,
and
how
now
dare
with
you.
a
Clarice.
form. Well, let me finish with like a form of normal intelligence. Because as the animals, I can't be. They're not forming like full-on sentences and whatnot. Like if you notice, it's very like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
what
very
about the
limited.
treant?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely. I wasn't sure at first, but I was like, either Ambrielle's gonna be too much and be an egoist, to like get along with this person, or he's gonna be like, oh, we're the same being. You're just better than me. So
I
It
really,
went very well.
I really enjoy the fireside chats with Umbriel, Forlorn, and Nick.
yes.
Because I think in their own way, they're all very much people who lacked power in their old lives
Mhm.
and wanted in their new lives,
Uh-huh.
but like they have very different approaches to that.
Yeah, it's fun. Also, I'll say the unicorn. I did not expect you to run in the unicorn. You rolled super high on that charisma check when you just decided to yell in celestial. I'm like, you know what? Let's just see. That unicorn was really far away. Like he said, he was very deep into the forest, like southwest of there.
I'm so glad that you allowed me to make my celestial shattering glass and nails on chalkboard sounding. Because
I mean, you said
I'm
it, so I was
so
like,
angry.
sure.
I'm so
You want it.
angry, by the way, that Ambriel has the fucking audacity to one day be like, that language gives me a headache. It's the opposite of my language. And then turn around and make literal fucking like dial-up noises with a unicorn for an hour.
Really leaning into like the biblical angel.
that's what I was kind of going for.
I'm so mad.
I just want Ambriel to be a beautiful glowing golden god on the surface and an absolute eldritch horror inside.
No, right. It's about the whiplash, of course. It's about the
Yeah.
whiplash. But
The
like,
best characters always have whiplash.
Mhm. So we will continue the next time, and
Mhm.
see, excuse me, what the day has in store for everyone, or really what they want to do with it. So thank you everyone for joining us. Does anyone have a sign out that they want to do, David?
Well, hold on. What's the usual? It's
Yes.
May your blank
blank always be blanks.
blank.
Yes.
And sometimes it's may your blanks always be blanks and your blanks blank. Stay normal, my friends.
may your friends always be holy. Stay normal, my friends.
All right. Thank
May
you.
your friends always be holy and your
Other
gods
friends
always be
truly
broken.
horrifying.
And your other friends, sexy animals.
May your horse bones always be broken. Stay normal, my friends. All right. Thank you, everyone.